Good morning and welcome to the Morning Sprint. I'm Brittany Weir.
And I am jabbing it great.
Well,
you were going to introduce me, weren't you?
You want me to introduce you?
You go ahead and do it again.
Okay, I'm Brittany Weir and this is Japhanie Gray.
What's up?
So we hope you guys are having a great start to your Wednesday. We are happy to be back here together on the Morning Sprint. We've got some good stories for you, so
Yes,
take it away.
we do have some good stories. We've been having a busy week. Again, this is the first time the full gang is back. We got Rebecca back there getting ready to party with us. How you doing, Rebecca? You good? You good?
She's figuring it out.
Let's figure it out. Oh, here you go. Look.
I'm getting back in the swing of
Okay,
things.
getting back in the swing of things. It's okay, but like she said, we got some lot of cool stories to tell you guys. It's happening here locally and all over. For example, look at this shocking video right here. This is a car. It's going to go airborne and was all caught on body camera. Look at that. We're going to pause it right there so y'all can see just how high this is. This is something that you would notice, normally see out of a movie. But yeah, how incidents like this are raising awareness on our highways. We got that story later up in the Sprint. You do not want to miss it whatsoever because, again, it is something definitely shocking.
That's crazy.
It is very crazy. But also, we got something here locally to tell you guys about. Obviously, it's always a blessing when a person can turn a tragedy into a blessing of some sort or some type of act of kindness. And that's what's happening here in honor of two women who died on the James River. Now their families are working to improve the safety on the water. Over the past year, they've worked to pass several initiatives, including new signage, securing funding for a new piece of rescue equipment, and more water safety education.
We all know that we can't avoid everything that happens on the river, but we definitely knew that we could do better.
Well, we don't want people to be afraid of this river, but at the same time, they need to be smart about getting on it.
As they reflect a year after their loss, they're pushing another message. They say they want people to go forward in life with the same light as these two girls. So again, you're turning something that's super devastating into something that can make a person think twice. If you can use that in a way that's going to inspire somebody to make a better decision whenever they do get out on the water, that's, always helpful in this kind of case. You can see this full story, obviously, on our website at WSLS.com.
Yeah, it's something to keep in mind, especially as more people are getting on the water with that warmer weather. I know a lot of people are probably looking this weekend, so good safety tips there. But we do have a story about a new online tool that is helping veterans here in Virginia. The governor recently announced the rollout of the Gold Standard Digital Hub. It provides easy access to information regarding earned benefits and resources that are tailored to their needs.
It's a promises made, promises kept kind of scenario where now we have a place where veterans can go and they can register their needs and they can tell us what they need, and we will seamlessly, from the perspective of the veteran, we will seamlessly connect them to the resources that they need.
And more than 690,000 former service members call Virginia home, and thousands of others are transitioning from active duty every single year. So just an important story to bring you just as we, honored Memorial Day on Monday.
Definitely. Now, you've been busy this morning, out and about with your stories and AED education.
Yeah, so this Saturday is an important one if you're looking to get AED, certified or CPR classes. This Saturday, June 3rd, is the Compressed and Shocks annual free CPR and AED education day. The organization is specifically focusing on communities that are underserved and don't have equal access to CPR and AED education. So trainings will be held throughout Southwest Virginia along with other states. So locally, if you want to attend, you can go to Lord Botetourt High School, you could go to Roanoke Catholic or Ben Franklin Middle School. Lord Botetourt starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday. And during the education day, you will learn hands-on CPR and how to properly use an AED in each class. It's only about an hour long, so not a lot of time there. And according to Dr. Jack Perkins, where you live, it does play a key role in your survival rate if you ever do go into cardiac arrest.
Our foundation's mission is to provide equal access to CPR and AED education and try to boost survival levels outside of the hospital, no matter the community or any type of barrier to CPR and AED education.
So anyone can go online and sign up for these free classes. The goal is to have more people in the community be able to step in and help in a life-saving situation. And something else to note as well is these education classes that are happening at the different schools and communities. Once they hold those educational days and they get at least 35 people or more to participate, then they will receive a free AED at no extra cost to the school. So just another tool to help in the community, in that school. We say, God forbid, something ever happens. Those AEDs, they can cost about $1,800. So it's hard for a lot of places to even just get one, let alone have two.
Right.
And we know in these moments, seconds matter. So if you do want to host that class, then you can be eligible again for a donated AED. So like I said, helping more people in the community. If you want the info on either how to take the class or how to host one at your school or community location, you can go on our website.
All right, Britt. Well, thank you. A lot of good work right there. So I don't know about you guys, but I love hearing the laughter of children on playgrounds. Like, and what are you?
I don't know what you're getting at.
I'm talking in general, just in life in general, like when you see playground, you see kids are having that pure fun. That's
Okay,
just,
I
it
get
brings back
that.
memories like
'Cause
that.
I go on the walk on the Greenway and there's the playground there, and I always see the little kids, and the one girl was in this spinny thing, and spinning. I was like, she gonna get sick.
But it's fun though.
Yeah.
But you see that pure fun, and something in Blacksburg, they're very excited about this because this is a well-loved playground that just reopened after getting a makeover.
Look at the stampede.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
know.
look at
Look at
them
these,
go.
all those kids. So the town of Blacksburg set aside $900,000 for the project, and now Hand in Hand Playground is back open. Playground was originally funded and built entirely by the community 31 years ago, which is always a cool thing when the community gets together for something like that. Now the same company that designed the original playground, Leathers and Associates, has hired again to design the new one. Says that the parents say that it was nice taking their kids to the same playground they used to enjoy back in the day. So I can only imagine. Look at that.
Oh, that looks like fun.
I know. So he's having
Can I
fun,
try
but I don't
that?
know if you saw the parent's face when she pushed her. I guarantee you, everybody's just having such a blast right now. But it's cool having these kind of things in our community because it keeps kids off their phones,
Yeah.
keeps them out of the video games, keeps them out of trouble, and just back into that pure, original, old school fun that I used to enjoy when
So
I
what
was
was
a child.
your favorite thing on the playground?
Man, I can't even put my finger on it. I just remember I love the monkey bars. I love the monkey bars. I love climbing up to
Yeah.
and it was in that dome looking thing. So I love
Okay.
climbing all the way to the top and hanging upside down like a little
seeing
monkey.
that?
Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
fun. What about you?
Mine was the monkey bars too. I would play the
Hey.
monkey bars so hard to the point where I would get like calluses
Yep.
on my hands. And my
Yes.
mom and dad would be like, "What's wrong with you?" I love those. I don't know why. I just love the feeling of being like strong and holding myself up there.
What about you, Rebecca?
I have the muscle mass of a Twinkie.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I was not a monkey bars kid.
Yeah.
I could barely hold myself up, much less like lift my feet up, twirl around, things like that.
Yeah.
I loved. This sounds really weird, but I loved the we had like a drawbridge on not a
Yes.
drawbridge,
Okay,
it
yeah.
closed, but it was like a wooden plank bridge and it like moved.
Yep,
So
I know what
would,
you're talking
I would
about.
like run back and forth across it because
Okay.
I liked
Yes.
feeling it like unsteady but under my feet.
I get that.
Yeah, I thought I was like really, really like I was like, yeah, I'm like really cool.
Yeah, elevated, all
I
that
can,
good
I
stuff.
can run on something that's not stable.
Yeah.
But it is stable. It's just like my kid brain didn't think it was.
Well, I want to know you guys' favorite, not monkey bars, but favorite playground equipment. If you got something that brings back some memories to you or watching that video, if it brought back a special memory of yours, please tell us. We always love this conversation back and forth, so drop it in the comment section. And hopefully by the time we get to Jazzy Jazz, we'll be able to converse back and forth about it.
Yes. All right. Perfect. And now moving on to with summer, we've got those summer meal programs at schools. They're continuing this year for students in Allegheny Highlands Division. Free meals will be given out at Jeter Watson Elementary School, Mountain View Elementary, and Clifton Forge Fire Department on a first come, first served basis. An adult must be with their child when picking up this meal. And we have a full breakdown of the times and locations online at WSLS.com. So if you're somebody who needs that meal and needs that help, it is available for you. Again, if you need that information, you just go right online. And like we were saying, with summer, we're finally getting into that summer weather.
Yeah.
It's been so cloudy and rainy the past couple days. I'm like, I need the sun. I need
Yep.
the warmth. It's coming. Meteorologist Chris Michaels has your details on when we can expect to see that.
Happy hump day, you know what that means. We got this graphic with the camel with the beady eyes. Happy Wednesday to you. Just a few isolated showers this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. Definitely turning warmer later this week. High temperatures in the 80s. Maybe an evening shower or two by Saturday. By Sunday, not quite as warm. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you this time tomorrow on The Sprint.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Moving on to another feel-good story, something that'll make you guys smile and hopefully be inspired. Get this is just a 10-year-old kid. She's a pageant winner from Elkton, has a big personality, even bigger heart for helping her community. Her name is Demaya Morrison and has established her own community service platform called Demaya Cares.
And throughout her biggest outreach yet, she's assembled over 150 blessing bags to go to local organizations. The bags include items like a water bottle, toothbrushes, deodorant, and feminine hygiene products.
It made me feel happy. I might not be able to see their faces when they get it, but I hope they will love it. And also, in my little blessing bag, I have a card, and it basically says, "You matter," and it says, "Love," and whatever you want. So on mine, I put, "Love, Demaya, I heart you," because I love everyone.
I love that because, again, that right there should inspire every adult out there to know that you need to put love first. We love everybody, okay? Be nice. But between her work with community service efforts, Demaya will be representing the Commonwealth this summer in Orlando, Florida, competing in the International United Miss Junior Preteen Pageant. So congratulations to her. We wish her the best of luck. But again, just her message of being so sacrificial, giving back to other people, coming up with these blessing bags because you never know, what you may need in whatever moment. And for her to be able to come up with 150 of those bags on her own because she loved people, I think that's just a blessing right there.
So sweet. It's something so simple but can mean so much.
Exactly. Amen to that.
All right. You know the saying from that movie, they say there's no crying in baseball. Well, there was some crying at the White Sox game the other night. The crowd in Chicago roared as pitcher Liam Hendricks made it onto the field. Take a look at this. So back in December, the 34-year-old was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Well, by April, following rounds of chemo, the closer announced what his team and fans wanted to hear, that he was cancer-free.
Walking, I did like a little circle just on the mound, like rotating around so I could see every single part of the ballpark. And I pointed up to my wife, who was in one of the suites behind home plate, and she deserves this as much as I do.
Oh, look at that Dalmatian right there. Well, Hendricks says he's not just a survivor, but a thriver, and that he's not taking any day for granted. I love hearing this story because, you hear that diagnosis, stage 4 non-Hodgkin lymphoma. That doesn't sound good. And the fact that he was able to beat the odds and just stay strong, and now he's back to playing, that's incredible. And I feel like it's a story of hope for so many people who unfortunately might be diagnosed with this. Looking to him and trying to stay positive. And it looks like he's got some good support by his side.
Right. And I think that one of the sweeter things is in that soundbite, he said, I looked up to my wife and pointed at her because, she was in it with him. So, we forget that people who are diagnosed or going through something very severe like that, the whole family is going through something severe like that. It's not just that one person. So the fact that he was able to still give thanks, and appreciation to her for being by his side, and obviously his teammates, and he came out strong. Again, it's very inspiring. So shout out to him. Congratulations to him. I wish he has a better health in the future. Now we're getting back to this shocking video that we first told you guys about. Very, very crazy. Take a look at your screen. Shows a car driving up the ramp of a parked tow truck at full speed. Then get this, you see it right here, it's gonna go airborne, whoosh, right there, and then it's gonna crash. Something very bizarre that, again, you would see out of a movie.
Yeah, the incident is raising awareness about move over laws all across the country. The video has been shared on just about every social media platform you could imagine in the last week. Now, this body cam video from a Loudoun County Sheriff's deputy who was on the opposite side of a highway investigating a different crash. Well, while on the scene, the video showed a car driving up the back of that tow truck ramp and then flying over the truck and flipping in the air. The deputy then rushed to the aid of the driver, reportedly a woman who survived.
Yeah, so to protect roadside workers and drivers who with disabled vehicles, AAA is offering some precautionary tips to go with. It says remain alert and avoid distractions when driving. Keep an eye out for emergency vehicles, tow trucks, etc. that are stopped on the side of the road, and slow down if possible. Move to one lane or move one lane over. So again, Rebecca, if you could scroll back to that video one more time just so we can see how crazy it was that, this tow truck doing its job, their job, and that's something that you never even, think about, that kind of scares you a little bit. They're doing their job. And then next thing you know, a person's not paying attention, whoosh, and that happens. And it creates even more of a crazy scene.
I can't even imagine what was going through the officers' brains because, one, I think your brain is still just trying to even process what you're seeing, because if you've ever seen a car crash or something, it takes you a little bit to catch up to be like, oh, that did just happen.
Exactly.
So they're like, wait a second, am I seeing things?
Exactly.
And then, quickly rushing to the aid to help that woman. Thank goodness they were there right by the side to help out.
Exactly. So if you guys are ever finding yourself in this situation, again, these are some strict penalties against stuff like that. You just got to make sure you're paying attention to these emergency vehicles. They're there to try to clear up something that's already bad and happened. So last thing they need is somebody adding to that. And I think at the last check, they said that the lady did make it out alive, thank God. They're still trying to to figure out what her injuries may have been, but also the charges she may face, because again, you just violated something, a very serious situation that it could have gone a lot worse. So thank God everybody made it out safely. Let's get Jazz in here. Jazz, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good morning.
Hey, girl. Hey, what do you think about that video right there?
The one where they go airborne?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was extremely scary. I'm really glad that the lady involved in that crash was able to survive it. When I first saw it, I was trying to make sense of what happened, but it looks like they said, she couldn't get over and was unable to avoid the tow truck. So I just couldn't imagine being in a situation like that, and I'm just glad that she's okay.
Yeah, definitely. So we were talking about the story with the baseball player who made it back. Went from stage 4 to being cancer free. You know, how miraculous is that?
Oh, absolutely. It just really goes to show that sometimes when we go through dark periods in our lives, they aren't permanent, and we can absolutely come out of it stronger than we ever imagined. And it's always light at the end of our journey.
I love it, Jazz. So obviously, here over the past couple times that we've been doing the sprint, our viewership is going up, and you kind of gave me some very good news yesterday. So again, guys, it's very rare that we're trying to get the population up for people who watch the sprint. So if you could tell us, what's our most successful day again?
Yeah, yesterday was extremely successful. We had it was our video about the cruise ship going through strong storms, and no one was aware about it. And then we also had a story that had over 700 views.
Wow.
And it was where a 77-year-old woman married herself.
Yes.
To define self-love.
Yeah.
Redefine self-love. So those are some of our most successful videos, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in and just dropping comments whenever you can. We just encourage you all to leave more comments and just join the conversation, because as you can see, it's really laid back and chill and just a nice show with positive vibes.
Definitely. Did we get lucky today? Do we have any comments?
No, we didn't get lucky today.
That's okay.
But that's okay. Like Brittany said, it's super easy to leave a comment. Just head to our website. There is a morning sprint article that you see at the top of our page, and then right beneath it, it's a comment form, and it's super easy to leave a comment. We'll always respond to them live during the morning sprint. We would love to hear from you guys.
Perfect. Jazz, thank you so much, girlie.
Of course.
All right, have a good one. All right, let's get these headlines going, girl.
Okay, coming up later on at noon, we have more details on a deadly crash on Interstate 81 in Montgomery County. We first brought you this yesterday on Virginia Today and the Morning Sprint. State police say that 4 people were killed, including 3 adults and 1 teen from Pennsylvania. We have the breakdown on the stats regarding all of these crashes on 81.
Plus, today marks a big milestone in attempts to raise the nation's debt ceiling. House representatives will vote to pass or reject the deal brokered by President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Late last night, the House Rules Committee voted 7-6 to approve the legislation, but the clock is still ticking and a deal is far from guaranteed. So again, that's something that's been on top of mind for everybody. We'll be sure to have the update and follow-ups on all that story online and on air at our later newscasts.
And it's now been 3 days since after the Iowa apartment building collapsed, and still 5 people are unaccounted for. Officials say 2 of them are thought to be inside the building. The city says it's still evaluating plans to demolish that building before more of it collapses, but protests are happening in opposition of the chance that more people are still trapped inside. What they plan to do moving forward coming up later.
All right, guys. Well, if y'all got anything else before we wrap this show up? All right. Y'all, thank you so much for joining us on our Hump Day edition of the Morning Sprint. We'll be back here again with more news of the day. If you have anything interesting or crazy that you want us to cover, please drop them in the comment section, because it may pop up later on throughout this week. Either way, with that being said, you guys have a blessed day, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.